Late one autumn night, Emily was driving home from a late shift at the hospital. The moon hung low, casting eerie shadows on the winding country road. As she drove, the trees on either side seemed to close in, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching towards her car. She turned on the radio to dispel the creeping unease, but found only static. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the middle of the road. Emily slammed on the brakes, her heart racing. The figure was a man, dressed in ragged clothes, his face obscured by the hood of his jacket. He stood motionless, staring at her car. She honked, but the man didn't move. Reluctantly, she rolled down her window a crack and called out, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" The man slowly lifted his head, revealing hollow eyes that seemed to pierce right through her. His mouth curled into a sinister smile. "You shouldn't be out here," he said in a low, raspy voice. "This road belongs to the lost." Emily's blood ran cold. She quickly rolled up her window and put the car in reverse, intending to turn around. As she did, the man vanished, as if swallowed by the darkness. Panicking, she sped down the road, her mind racing with thoughts of what she had just seen. The road twisted and turned, but no matter how far she drove, she couldn't seem to find her way back to the main highway. The forest around her seemed alive, whispering her name in the rustling leaves. Suddenly, her car engine sputtered and died. She was stranded. With trembling hands, she grabbed her phone. But there was no signal. She was alone. In the silence, she heard footsteps approaching. Heart pounding, she locked the doors and scanned the darkness. A shadowy figure emerged from the trees, moving slowly toward her car. It was the same man, his eyes glowing unnaturally in the moonlight. Desperate, Emily tried to restart the car, but the engine wouldn't turn over. The figure was getting closer. She could see his twisted grin and the malice in his eyes. Without warning, the car radio burst into life, blaring a haunting melody that sent chills down her spine. The man was now at her window, his breath fogging up the glass. "You can't leave," he whispered. "You're one of the lost now." Emily closed her eyes, praying for it all to be a nightmare. When she opened them, the man was gone, but a new horror awaited her. She was no longer in her car, but standing on the road, surrounded by a crowd of spectral figures, all with the same hollow eyes and sinister smiles. She realized with dawning horror that she had become one of them. The road belonged to the lost, and now so did she. Forever doomed to haunt the lonely stretch, waiting for the next unfortunate soul to wander into their grasp.